Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video and another F1 2021 game experiment. Today we're going to be seeing what happens if the 2020 tyre spec, i.e. the tyre that were on the game last year, on last year's game, how they perform compared on this year's car as well. So yes, if you do go on to enjoy this video, leave a like and also subscribe if you are new to the channel. See plenty more F1 2021 game experiments and also F1 2021 fantasy liveries. I have not forgotten all of those that wanted fantasy livery suggestions. I haven't forgotten those suggestions. It's just that I'm waiting. There's a new patch on the way that's going to basically change half the livery, so I'm going to wait for that patch to come out. It's going to be coming out at the same time as Imola's added to the game, which is the next month. So as soon as that comes out, I'll be then add those to the game, and I'll also already start and work on Project Phoenix as well, to get that series underway in time for December. But anyway, you've watched me do a full lap of Monaco using this 2021 tyre specification, and it's going to be a 1:11.2 is the time we're going to beat in the Alpine, just because I haven't hardly driven the Alpine since that Renault video I did. Through turn one a little bit slow, but then we've gained a lot of time, almost half a tenth up the hill with the 2020 tyre specification. I should point out on now, this took far too long to mod, by the way. It turns out that if you've raced breaking points, that's not the 2020 tyres. That's the 2021 tyres modified for 2020 cars. So I thought I should just point that out. That's something I had to find out for myself in the game, modding. So that's why it took a little bit longer than I had planned. But yes, we're a tenth and a half up, heading towards the Noval chicane. Try not to corner cut there in time trial, otherwise we will end up with a penalty, unlike in when it's reduced penalty. We're 3/10 up on our previous best time. This is a very good time, almost grazing the wall there. I've been not the best line there for me. I haven't really found the best line at that corner yet with the new curb profile on this year's game. Up to the line, though, we've lost a lot of time out of the final corner. It seems that acceleration seems to be affected, but yes, 2/10 up as well. I probably could go a little bit faster if I was to change, because remember, this year's cars, I actually compared last year's Alpine to this year's Alpine, and it's a lot heavier, or last year's Renault, excuse me. But anyway, we're having a race around Monaco, driving as Fernando Alonso in his Alpine, so we'll see what we can do. It's going to be a one stop from soft to mediums, so we'll see how the tyre wear is on that strategy. Ocon behind doing the medium. He'll probably go to hards, as it's a 25% race, as they like to do, the AI. Bright lights on for the Monaco Grand Prix at night is away, and it's actually a great start as well. We're going to dive down the inside of one of the McLarens and move up into what I think is P6. Leclerc is ahead of us as though, but the opening stint on the softs then not able to make too much impression on Leclerc, and in the end we're actually going to come in at the end of lap number 6, the only man in so far. Maybe a little bit early, but there we go. The mediums come on. This is where we could potentially make, I feel, more time compared to the AI, because the medium tyre on F1 2020 was a lot better than the medium tyre on F1 2021. So yes, it's last place, but we will be, of course, trying to sift through the traffic. A couple of other people, the two Williams all drivers on their tyres from the start. Ocon's not doing that bad. He's up to P5 now. People start to make their pit stops. But he's not been held up. He's just doing his own race up there. He's only just behind, I think that's Sainz in the other Ferrari. Meanwhile, we've caught up Leclerc. A bit of an undercut, and also the fact Leclerc's been held back by Russell. Jumped to lap number 10 halfway through this race. End of lap number 10. We go for a move on the outside. Rascas doesn't quite work off. Try and use a bit of ERS, but then Leclerc cuts across. We have to lift off slightly to not crashing, but we do get the better exit off the first start finish line. We're going to dive down the outside of turn 1, thank you very much, and move up ahead of Leclerc, which is a crucial move there. Here's a replay. Leclerc cut the corner in the end to try and make the corner ahead of the two McLarens who will probably gang up on him, and they do indeed. There goes the first McLaren's, Lando Norris. Down the inside, though, Leclerc fair to him and keeps it side by side through Casino, and Leclerc keeps his foot in, and Leclerc retains the position as a dive down the inside. Now George Russell, chicane, we have to give him space as he cuts the chicane as well. Leclerc, I think, is going to get him as well. We'll get a replay of that now on board with this funny camera angle. Just about enough space there on the inside to make the move. Russell cuts the corner to make the corner. He could have yielded to fall in behind, but he chose not to, and then Leclerc confirmation he did get ahead there. As we're watching then, the race leader is Esteban Ocon. Now he's yet to stop on his set of mediums. He's holding up Max Verstappen an absolute treat on his mediums, with Verstappen in a world of his own, as we now gang up on the other Williams, dive down the inside of turn 1, and we're a simple move on Latifi. As there's yellow flags behind for George Russell in his Williams, holding up the McLarens. Not anymore though, because George is there's the smoke, and George is out of the race. He's actually made it half a lap almost. We've made it to the end of sector 1. Believe it or not, despite the fact he smoked all the way up the hill. Yes, as Ocon, well, that's a surprise. He's come out on softs, and Vettel behind as well. So both started on mediums and have now moved to softs. This is the strategy I sometimes do in a 25% race, but I've never seen the AI do that. As Max, we jump to lap 20, then the fireworks are out for Max Verstappen, who dominated the race. Unfortunately for us, unable to really catch Perez. I mean, he had far too much pace for the Alpine, and also fuel was a big problem as well. So that's something to work out. But the tyres were very good in the end, and we were able to hold off Leclerc comfortably in the end, even though that him and the McLarens are actually in a faster car. But it's a very good P5 for me in this short race and short video for today. We do get driver of the day after qualifying P10, making 5 positions up as well. But Verstappen won ahead of Bottas. Hamilton, I don't really know what happened to him when he slumped behind. I think he got held up in traffic ahead of Perez in 4th. And then we're half a minute behind, and there's a huge train behind me because I was slow enough to try and lift and coast to save the fuel, unfortunately, in those final laps. Ocon only P12. The strategy, it was worth a gamble, but the strategy didn't work out for him in the end. And in the end, it didn't work. Excuse me, he can only come home P12. But our fastest lap was a 13 flat. And if you think about it, 4/10 faster was Perez. So yes, although Verstappen was in a world of his own, it's not too bad, I think. And maybe on a faster car potentially, maybe we could actually be dominating. But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it for today's video. If you have enjoyed this game experiment, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and you see plenty more F1 2021 game experiments. If there's any that you want to see, particularly favourites, past favourites that I've done that I haven't done yet on this year's game, then let me know in the comments below. And until the next video, then I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.